Home Improvement Center.
Good evening and welcome to the Linnell Gymnasium in Saco. Hello everybody, I'm Jay Harper along with cameraman Mark Cantra, getting set for the #1 South Portland Red Riots versus Thorn Academy, coming off their big upset win Friday night of #2 Sanford, now looking to climb the ranks even higher and maybe knock off this highly touted South Portland Red Riot team. Their only loss of the season coming to Bonnie Eagle, who had the big upset win. And the Trojans now trying to repeat, and after that big triple overtime victory over Sanford on Friday, they got to be feeling good about themselves. And tonight's game would be huge and could almost secure Thorn Academy one of those top 4 spots in the Class A heel point standings. And coming towards crunch time now as we head to the latter half of the season, this a very, very big game for the Trojans. Of course, South Portland rolling along for their 2nd consecutive season. Last year, the state champions, and they didn't lose much from last year. They have a lot of depth, and they just keep coming at you. And Thorn Academy will need the big games from their guys inside. Steve Xanthopoulos, 26 the other night. They'll need some help from Todd Vance, number 32. And also, Ryan Roberge has been playing well off the bench as of late, and they'll need his big body inside the paint to go along with the rest of the crew. And a very packed house here at Thorn Academy on a Monday night, changing the contest from a scheduled Tuesday, and the building filling up and getting ready for a big Class A matchup. And I know a lot of coaches around the league, and of course the Thorn players at the beginning of the year thought Thorn Academy was one of those top 4 teams in Class A, but had some problems early on, some difficult games and some tough losses to Edward Little and Chevers. And Thorn now only at 6-5, but with that win over Sanford should get themselves right back up around number 6 in the heel point standings, possibly higher. And what a game that was. We were able to cover that for you. And now we'll get the starting lineups here from the PA announcer. John Coyne for the Red Riots at guard, along with senior Kirk Purvis of Thorn Academy. Inverso also starting, along with Jared McCrum of TA. '23 is Livingston, 6'3" senior for the Red Riots. The other starter for the Trojans, Matt LeBlanc. And of course, everyone knows Burt Rich and Todd Vance, the other starter for the Trojans. And then number 30, Steve Toms, and of course the X-Man. And he'll have to have the big night inside the paint if Thornton will stay with the #1 Red Riots. You're watching Thorn Academy basketball on CTV 30. We'll pause now for our national anthem. Just about set for the tip-off between Thorn Academy and South Portland. And if you remember back to last year, Thornton was knocked out of the Western A playoffs at the Civic Center in Portland by these very same South Portland Red Riots. Thornton knocked off Biddeford and then lost to South Portland, and South Portland went on to win the state championship game in that dramatic contest last season with Bangor. Darren Inverso will jump it with Steve Xanthopoulos. And we're underway. The opening tap out of bounds, and they'll give it to South Portland, knocked out by Xanthopoulos. And South Portland opens with the basketball. John Coyne will set the offense. Thornton starts in a 2-3 zone. They go in the middle. Opening jump shot up and in. Steve Toms, a quick 2. Red Riots will press. LeBlanc picks up his dribble. Now Purvis back to LeBlanc, and they break the press. Back for Purvis. Purvis can fire the threes. They go to the X-man. He's fouled, and I believe that'll be on 13, and it will be on Darren Inverso as he picks up the first personal foul. Lob into LeBlanc. LeBlanc goes up inside, rolls in and out, tipped and tapped around the boards, and out of there comes Toms. Kicks for Burt Rich. Rich trying to run the break, stops, pulls up, gets fouled, and I believe he'll shoot 2. Foul will be on Jared McCrum. Going back to that playoff game of last year, if you remember, Thornton started very tentative, afraid to attack the basket, missing some layups, and were out of the game almost instantly. And South Portland starts with the first 3 points of the night as Rich gets 1 of 2. McCrum with a rebound, quickly double teamed. He dribbles around it and now pushes it up the right side. In for Xanthopoulos. One head fake, up, it's short. Fights for his own rebound and knocked out of bounds off Xanthopoulos, and South Portland still pitching the shutout with the basketball. Rich will take a tray. It's in the hole, and South Portland quickly on top, 6-0. They break the pressure. In for Vance. Vance up, no good. Gets his own board, back up and in. Todd Vance with 2. Rich will try again. He misses, rebound by Toms. Crashing hard to the boards and back up off the glass, 8-2. Toms showing good rebounding skills on the offensive glass. Knocked out of bounds by Livingston. A lot of people around the state saying as if South Portland wasn't good enough. They get Livingston and a transfer from Portland. He guards LeBlanc. Reaching in. They go to McCrum for a tray. It's in the hole. And Thornton back within 3. 8-5, 6 minutes to play, first quarter. Livingston will try from downtown. It's short. Rebound gathered by Purvis. Looks up the court. They go low and tipped off the hands of Vance, and it'll be back in the hands of South Portland. Rich will try from outside. Short, rolls out, tipped, and that'll be Thornton Academy's basketball. Rich Rich last year, kid off the bench in that championship game for South Portland, was a big-time player. Inside for Xanthopoulos, comes in and gets it. 8-7, Trojans back within one. Toms for Livingston. Livingston thinks about it, drives, pulls up. Short. Long rebound, comes out to LeBlanc. They got a 2-on-2. LeBlanc pulls up from outside. It's long, rebound by McCrum, and they get a push-off foul on Jared McCrum. It's too bad because without the push, he still would have had the rebound. Long bounce off the back of the rim. McCrum anticipating, gave the little bump off. And we got our first substitution with Sorois coming in for McCrum. He's on Rich. Down low for Toms. Good position on Vance. Pushing, pounding. Two more. That kid is strong. Just push Vance right out of the way. Sorois in trouble. Gets it up. Xanthopoulos gets crawled on his back. No call. Coin around the back for Rich. Red Riots with 2 on the turnover. And that should be a foul on South Portland. They got away with 1 on Xanthopoulos, and Purvis had all kinds of people open. Hesitated a long time before inbounding, and quite nearly had the 5-second call. In fact, probably should have. Now Roberge checks in, and sitting down will be Vance. Ryan Roberge, the senior, had the injury early in the season, and now coming back off that has been playing some good basketball for Coach Gagne. Sorois for Purvis. Purvis comes in, gets a bump, and it goes high off the backboard and just off the front of the rim. He'll shoot 2. (12-7) South Portland. Purvis to the free throw line, shooting 2. Nothing but the bottom of the net on the first. Kirk Purvis knocks them both home. 12-9. 4:25 remaining, first quarter. Coin working on top, Purvis on him. Rich fakes, dribbles off, goes for Coin. Coin shuffles his feet, and they get the call. In for Xanthopoulos, back for Purvis. Purvis. Long, they got it, and in for LeBlanc. Great job, Purvis to Roberge to LeBlanc, and Thornton back within 1. So far, a good first quarter for the Trojans, hanging tough with the Red Riots. And they give it to Thornton Academy. And a missed call there, as Thornton was the ones who knocked it out of bounds. Trojans will take it long for LeBlanc. Does he get up and dunk? Oh, high and uses the left hand pretty, and the Trojans have a lead, 13-12. Purvis to LeBlanc, have we seen that before? Different venue, same results. They call the foul on Sorois outside. Hodge inbounds for Toms. He is a force. Look at him work. Doesn't get the drop, and Purvis collects. Purvis with the offensive charge. Just slightly out of control. He's getting hit when he's having to make his moves outside at half court. The refs aren't calling it tight, so it's working in South Portland's favor to this point. 13-12, Trojans with a 1-point advantage. Hodge now working on LeBlanc. Back for Rich. Back for Hodge. They look inside for Inverso, nothing. A coin for Toms. He's the kid that works. Boy, inside, loses control. Inverso there to collect, and South Portland back on top. No call, and Xanthopoulos throws it away. South Portland with a chance to extend. In for Inverso. What a pretty move. Swooped right around Xanthopoulos. 16-13. Get it for Sorois. Back for Xanthopoulos for Purvis. Using up time. And now they'll work on coin. Thrown away by Purvis. Looking for Sorois. Now 18-13. Coach Gagne wants a timeout. Two quick steals off the press, and South Portland right back on top by 5. Thornton really doesn't look like that difficult to press, and as tall as Thornton is, you would think they could pass over the top of it. And right now, a little indecisive on their cuts and their passes, and South Portland capitalizes and scores 6 straight baskets after Thornton had the 1-point advantage. .2:19 to play, first quarter. And just when a lot of people started to wonder and even question the fact if Thornton would make the playoffs, they come back to Linnell Gym and knock off number 2 Sanford. Triple overtime. I missed it, haven't seen it yet on CTV 30, but I'll be looking forward to catching that one. A great basketball game. Congratulations to Thornton Academy on the big win, and now they're trying to do it again. And so far playing a very good first quarter, but have fallen down by 5. In for LeBlanc, back for Purvis. Purvis, the double team comes for LeBlanc. Back for Purvis. Purvis inside, throws it up, tipped, gets it back. Purvis now for Sorois. Got Xanthopoulos, that should be 2, and it is. Great positioning in the low post, and the nice bounce pass in by Sorois. 18-15. Rich for Hodge. They got Toms posted up. Boy, that's the kid I'd want to have the ball. Livingston now glides inside the paint for 2. Purvis almost loses it, gets it for Sorois. Sorois now trying to work, drives by and loses control. Out of bounds. Sorois was out for about a week with a sprained ankle, back in the lineup. Livingston pulls up, off the window, 2 more, and it's a 7-point South Portland lead. Purvis picks up his dribble. You don't want to do that. Long pass for LeBlanc. LeBlanc, 2 more. That's the thing about a press. It giveth and it takes away. And South Portland a rare turnover as Toms was running up the court with his back turned. And that, folks, is something you don't want to do. He pointed to his own head, but I'm like saying think. I don't know if he meant that for himself or for Rich, who threw it at him. Should never run up the court with your back turned to the basketball. Sorois now working on Livingston. Pulls up, got Roberge there. Now he gets himself in trouble. Again, that picking up that dribble. You don't do it. Xanthopoulos trying to find Roberge inside, throws it away. Worst thing you can do is pick up your dribble when you don't have anyone to pass to, especially so far out on the court. Coin for Hodge. Now for Inverso. Livingston trying to post up LeBlanc. And now they go back for Toms. Red Riots now working the 4 corner. Trying to set for a last shot. We're down to 25 seconds. And they call a travel. Tough call as LeBlanc and Livingston engaged. But they figured both were pushing off on each other. LeBlanc coasting in. Give him 2 more. LeBlanc having a field day. Nice pass out of there by Roberge. 22-19, Trojans within 3. We're down to 8 seconds to play in the quarter. Coyne working on Soroyce. They go for Livingston. Here he comes. Dishes down for Toms, and right at the buzzer, the Red Riots 2 more. And at the end of 1, in Saco, South Portland 24, Thorn Academy 19. You're watching Trojan High School basketball on CTV 30. Played 8 minutes in Saco. And Thorn Academy within 5. And playing a very nice first quarter. But the thing about South Portland, you can hang with those guys for 3.5 quarters, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 a couple turnovers, a couple trays, and you can be down by 15, as Westbrook found out last week. The Blue Blazers fought back to lose by only 2, but that's after they scored the last 12. South Portland got themselves a nice 15-point lead, then coasted to the victory. Thornton will have the possession to start the second quarter. It's in for LeBlanc. Livingston working on him. They go for Purvis. Purvis down low. Xanthopoulos can't handle it. Appeared to be maybe a quick whistle. Looked like Xanthopoulos maybe had the save. Trojans had the nice backdoor play working. Xanthopoulos couldn't handle. Rich drives baseline. What a pretty move. It won't fall. Xanthopoulos with the rebound off for Purvis. Purvis thinks about a 3. Says no. Xanthopoulos trying to force it inside again. Inverso, no good. Ryan Summer, the rebound. Trojans take their time, need a good shot here. Purvis getting hit, no calls. The referee's letting him battle out front. Purvis will try a tray. It's in the hole. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And Thornton back within 2, 24-22. Coyne for Livingston. Has the pick, thinks about pulling up, now he will. And he buries it. Purvis with Coyne on him. Getting bumped and pushed, still no call. Nice move inside by Vance. Off the dish from Purvis. 26-24. Livingston goes down inside with a great pass, but Inverso blows the bunny. Trojans with a chance to tie. Vance inside, gets hit, no call, but he gets the bucket. We're tied at 26. And the Red Riots want a timeout. The Trojan fans up in delight. And you gotta like the way Thorn Academy's playing in this first half. .6:05 to play, second quarter. The #1 Red Riots 26, and the upset-minded Golden Trojans of Thorn Academy 26. Thorn could pull off 2 of the biggest upsets of the season and maybe do them back-to-back. Take #2 out on Friday and come back and go after #1 on Monday. And that would certainly give Thorn Academy plenty of heel points to get them in the Western A playoffs. South Portland not having a very bad 1992. State champions in basketball last year, and then came back and did it in football, and looking to repeat in basketball. Rich with a pull-up, nothing but the bottom of the net, and it's 28-26. Xanthopoulos dribbles, kicks for the Purvis, and they'll get Coyne on the foul. Coyne's second, and that'll bring Eric Carson up off Coach Tony DeBias's bench. Purvis in the corner, the lob for Xanthopoulos. South Portland can't control it as they almost had the steal. Purvis had the right idea, just a little too much on it. In for LeBlanc, he's fouled, and they won't count it. Foul will be on the floor. Whitey having a good first half, enjoying the nice drives to the basket. Off the press, in for Summer. They go back to Purvis. Purvis has it slapped away, recontrols. Fakes, drives, dishes for Xanthopoulos in the paint, goes up short. There's Vance, and he gets 2 more garbage points, hanging around, picking up the loose ball. And Thorne Academy, to their credit tonight, not missing many bunnies. And they got themselves inside the game. 28 all. Rich again will fire from downtown. And oh my, it's in the hole. 31-28. Oh, LeBlanc, a little indecisive. Thought about passing. While it was in midair, came down and took a step before he put the ball to the floor. McCrum re-enters. Sitting down is Ryan Summer. Carson with the ball, gets it for Rich. He'll take it again. It's long. LeBlanc almost had the rebound. Livingston somehow picks it up. Dishes for Toms. Toms gets hammered by Purvis. And Steve Toms will shoot 2. Tough break there. Looked like LeBlanc had the rebound. Livingston took it away. Tom's a 6'3" senior and looking to convert on the free throws. Gets the first one. 32-28. South Portland back by 4. It's been a seesaw battle. Portland has been tied a few times and enjoyed a 1-point lead. At 1 point, South Portland's biggest lead of the game has been 7. In from McCrum. McCrum now works up the side against Rich. Pulls up at half court. Rich overplaying. McCrum pulls up. Doesn't get the roll. LeBlanc right there. Yes! Oh, yeah. That was pretty. LeBlanc having a big game in the first half. And working the boards. Caught it in midair, got hammered, and still was able to muscle it up and in. 33-30. LeBlanc with a chance to get him back within 2. And he does. 33-31. 4:35 to play in the half. Carson working, now giving off for Livingston. Livingston looking to drive, loses a dribble. They don't call anything, a high dribble. Rich trying to light up. They go for Toms, back Inverso, back to Livingston from three-point land. Oh my. They got it working from outside. And it's back to a 5-point lead for South Portland. Livingston and Rich both lighting it up from three-point land. LeBlanc, maybe. Drives, pulls up. Yes! LeBlanc playing with a lot of confidence right now as he continues to pour it on for the Trojans. Rich gets McCrum up in the air, steps inside, goes up short. Rebound by Vance for Purvis. Purvis with a little bit of a push. He'll take a tray. It's in the hole, yeah! This is a good one. 36-36. And the Trojans get the offensive call to go against the Red Riots. And Thornton will get the ball back with 3:15 to play and a chance to take their second lead of the night. Hodge and Coyne come back in for South Portland, and Thornton will be at the free throw line. South Portland over the limit, and that'll send Jared McCrum for a 1 and a possible bonus. He gets a nice roll off the back of the rim. 37-36, and that's the third foul on Livingston, so he has to sit down. McCrum gets them both. 38-36. The Trojans playing in front of the home crowd and looking smooth in the first half. Tom's on the baseline, gets a pick, thinks about it, pulls up, dishes back for Rich. Rich comes over for Hodge. He can shoot from downtown too. In and out. Xanthopoulos the rebound. Thornton with a chance to build on their lead. Blank around the back, and Coyne came over right there. South Portland doubles up every chance they get. Inside to Rich, and they tie it right back up. 38-38. Here comes that double, but Rich takes it himself. 2 more. (40-38) South Portland. All of a sudden, the pressure starts to affect. One moment it doesn't do anything, next minute 2 quick steals. It's kind of amazing. Inside for Xanthopoulos, he powers up, and we're tied again. 40-40. A lot of points being put inside. Hodge back out for Inverso. They go for Coyne. Coyne, they back off him. They dare him to take it, and he buries it. 43-40. Purvis now will have to cover him. LeBlanc gets it up for McCrum. They go cross court for Purvis, lines up a 3. It's long. Rebound, falls in. Purvis almost had it, tapped it back. Here comes Coyne on the break. Nice dish. Inverso, 45-40. And quickly, the Red Riots up by 5 again. Black back for Purvis. Purvis gets off the double team, picks up that dribble again though. Minute 10 to play, first half, 45-40, South Portland. Crum goes for Xanthopoulos. Xanthopoulos turns inside the paint, gets the foul, give him the bucket. Both teams are red hot. Most shots going up are going in the hole. It's 45-42 now with Xanthopoulos at the line, shooting 1. Trying to get that 3-point play the old-fashioned way. The line trying to earn it. Bounces long, picked up by Rich, and he looks to push and now slows it up. Under a minute, 45-42. Hodge walks in front, buries it. Can't leave these Red Riots alone, especially from outside. They're deadly. Looking for the double, Red Riots. Crum pulls up, no good, tipped. Vance fights for it in there, and he comes up with a loose ball. Goes back up, yell! Todd Vance, take that. 48-44, 20 seconds to play in the half. South Portland will hold for 1 shot. Coyne with Soroyce on him. Inside for Toms. Toms working, and they get the foul on Vance. 9 seconds to play in the half. You would think if you gave up 50 points and a half of basketball to South Portland, you'd be in big trouble, but Thornton Academy's still right with them, as this has been a high-scoring first half. Not that there's been no defense being played, there's just a lot of good offense out there. Both teams powerful inside and very successful from the outside. South Portland a little better from three-point land, and therefore with the lead. Toms puts the first one home. 9 seconds remain. Plenty of time for Thornton to get off a good shot. Second one rolls home. 50-44. McCrum for LeBlanc. LeBlanc gets hit. He gets pushed off, and they don't call anything. Double push-offs, and there's no call. And Todd Vance very upset with the referee as he goes off. A great half of basketball. South Portland, though, gets themselves back on top. They lead 50-44. You're watching Thornton Academy High School basketball on CTV 30. Jay Harper and Mark Cantor will take a pause and come back with second half action right after this.
Hi, I'd like to welcome you to Wormwoods. I've been coming here for years. At Wormwoods, you may even see local fishermen making their deliveries. Now that's fresh seafood. But if you're a landlubber that prefers beef, well, Wormwoods has beef too, certified Angus beef. So if you want a steak or a hamburger, you should come to Wormwoods. Or if you want seafood, lobster, clams, chowder, scallops, haddock, and more, you should come to Wormwoods.
Wormwoods by the Breakwater, Camp Ellis, Saco.
We wanted to buy a new home, but the timing just wasn't right.
So we decided to fix up what we've got. And instead of dealing with a half-dozen contractors, we decided on one that could handle all of our home improvements. Ben Bollier and Son Enterprises. Carpeting for the living room, all new linoleum and new cabinets in the kitchen, tiles in the bathroom, new vinyl replacement windows, and we even had the house sided. All from Ben Bollier and Son Enterprises, your complete home improvement center.
You like gourmet pizza? You're going to love this, and this, and this. Ocean Pizza, Camp Ellis, Saco, voted best in Biddeford, Saco, and open year-round with deliveries by land and sea. That's right. Ocean Pizza, 282-2525. Pam Given will win your vote with her Mexican Supreme. White Pizza, Breakfast Pizza, King Neptune loaded with lobster, subs, calzones, and salads. Ocean Pizza on the square, Camp Ellis, Saco. Drop in or call 282-2525.
Welcome back to Saco and Linnell Gymnasium. Jay Harper along with Mark Cantor getting set for a second half action. A very high scoring first half and well played. South Portland leads 50-44. The Red Riots hit 5 3-pointers in that first half. Thornton Academy had 3. So some good outside shooting and strong play inside as Inverso had 10 and Tom's had 10. They're 2 power players. And then Burt Rich with 2 trays came up with 15 points in that first half. Coyne, Hodge both had 3, and Livingston 9. For Thornton Academy, they were led by Matt LeBlanc. He had 13. Purvis, Xanthopoulos both with 8. Todd Vance, an excellent first half underneath. He had 10. And then Jared McCrum chipping in with 1 3 and 5 points. So Portland will have the basketball And again, Thorne Academy playing a great first half, still find themselves trailing by 6. South Portland just keeps coming at you. And they can do everything. Inside play, outside play, and of course very strong with their pressure defense. Inside for Inverso, up, no good. And Xanthopoulos hammered by Hodge. And they almost didn't call that one. Then he chucks the ball off Xanthopoulos' legs, and X-Man wasn't too pleased. Thorne against the press. In for LeBlanc. Back for Purvis. Purvis walks it up. Rich will come the double. For LeBlanc with Hodge on him. Back for Purvis. Across for Vance. Vance tries to pass. He had the layup, and he went for Xanthopoulos, and he wasn't looking for the basketball. Stolen back by Xanthopoulos. Get it for Purvis. Purvis brings it into the forecourt for LeBlanc. Down low for Xanthopoulos. Knocked out by Inverso. After lighting up the nets, he played almost a minute of basketball, no scoring. Almost hard to believe. In for LeBlanc. They go for Purvis. Purvis drives, pulls up, it's long. Vance with the rebound, and he gets fouled from behind. Todd Vance working hard in there. Very big possession for Thorne Academy. They got to cut it to 6 and not allow South Portland to get an 8-point lead. In for Xanthopoulos. He goes up. Give him 2. 50-46. Inside for Inverso. A pretty left-hander. And it's 52-46. Crum gets it up over half court, now for LeBlanc. Purvis with Coyne on him. South Portland in the man-to-man defense. They go to Xanthopoulos, twists and turns short, rebounded by Toms. He looks to break. Hits a nice bounce pass through the paint. And Inverso, 2 more, and South Portland with their biggest lead at 8. South Portland with those pretty low bounce passes. That was a beauty. They do it on their entry passes down to the low post, and that time running the floor. Purvis going strong. They go for Vance, and Purvis the nice dish, but Tom stood there to take the charge. And Thorne Academy now has to regain control. 3rd foul on Kirk Purvis. He'll sit down. So Royce. Ball loose on the floor, stolen by Xanthopoulos. Rich trying to get him, and Xanthopoulos gets the nice roll. And a good defensive work by Jeremy Soroyce on Coyne. Coyne, a very consistent point guard out there. Very surprised to see him have the ball stripped. Rich comes in, pulls up, short, rebounded by Vance. Trojans with a chance to get right back in it. Soroyce now working on Coyne, and I'm sure Coyne wants to return the favor on Soroyce. Go for Vance. Vance throws it and picked off. Here comes the Red Riots on the break. And they're going to call the basket and the foul. Again, Thornton with a chance to climb back in, and they turn it over. South Portland right back on top by 8. Chance now to go to 9. They have their biggest lead of the game. Bert Rich had 3 people to dish to, and he went coast to coast on his own. I was quite surprised by that. Blank pulls up, in and out. Toms with the rebound, pushes up. Goes across court and throws it away, looking for Hodge. 47-48. Red Riots up by 9. For LeBlanc, turn around. In and out again. Thornton fights for the rebound. Santhopoulos with a putback. 57-50. Up for Rich. A lob pass for Inverso, and boy, can those guys play down low. Using the arm to shield off, and Royce for the push, looks for the dish. Royce and Inverso tied up. Call it jump ball. The arrow favors the Trojans. So Royce will inbound. 59-50, 4:07 to play, third quarter. Number 1 Red Riots are not going to be easy task if you're going to knock these guys up. Rich with a steal, trying to go coast to coast again. He gets hammered and still puts the ball up and almost gets it to fall. Crowd has grown rather quiet these last few moments. South Portland just turns it up a notch. Vance comes back in. LeBlanc will sit down and get a rest. Coach Gagne trying to keep the legs fresh. Rich makes them both. He now has 20 points in the contest. Santhopoulos in trouble. He dribbles out. Goes for Roberge. Roberge looking to pass. It's tipped, and here comes Burnt Rich one more time. Oh my goodness. Can that kid drive to the hole? Santhopoulos with the rebound. Kid can leap. Royce with a nice move. Pulls up. Can't get it to fall. Here comes Rich again. Loses control. Pulls up. No good. Tip. No good. Back up. Toms. Trojans need a timeout. And Coach Gagne up off the bench looking for one. And South Portland, as I said, they can explode on you. And they have here in the third. They now lead 63-50. 3:12 to play, third quarter. You're watching Thornton Academy High School basketball on CTV 30. Get a look at Thornton Academy's cheerleading squad. Thornton will inbound. Purvis takes it out. Coach Gagne has Sorois, Purvis, LeBlanc, McCrum, and Vance on the floor, trying to give Santhopoulos a small break. Go for Sorois in the corner. Sorois in trouble, picks up his dribble again. Now throws. Knocked out of bounds by Thornton. They are totally out of sync now offensively. No one has Livingston. He'll go right in for two. Long pass out for LeBlanc. LeBlanc coming down coast to coast, pulls up, off the glass and in. Thornton finally breaks that big run by the Red Riots at 65-52, back to a 13-point lead. Pass in, and Inverso, 2 more. He's complaining about the foul. He's getting away with a nice little push-off as that ball comes in for him. McCrum takes it from the corner. Swish. Thornton now trading baskets, though, and they cannot afford to do that. A great pass by Toms. In for Inverso, and the big guys have it going. Blank pulls up. It's long. Vance fights for the rebound. There to pick it up is McCrum. Again, now they have to pick up the defense. So pulling quickly right up the floor. And they get into their offense in a hurry. Tom's walk. No call, and then he finishes it very strong. 71-56. So Portland by 15. Vance gets it inside. The nice pass to Soroyce. Soroyce trying to work underneath. Gets trapped underneath the hoop. And has no place to go. Back comes South Portland. Rich pulls up. That guy can create space. So quick. Soroyce, a nice spin move, comes up, but he's picked up by Coyne. They go for McCrum. For Purvis. Kirk Purvis off the glass, 73-58. And South Portland now goes to the 4 corner and looks to wait for the final shot of the quarter. As I said, you can play yourself a great basketball game and all of a sudden you look up and you're down 15. Stolen by Vance. He gets pushed and knocked down by Coyne. As Soroyce and Vance double team John Coyne, and he has his second turnover. So Thornton now with a chance to knock it back to 13. 12 seconds to play in the quarter. Thornton has too many players on the floor. Now Todd Vance comes out. The Purvis, McCrum, Xanthopoulos, LeBlanc, and Summer. Purvis takes it from downtown. Oh my. It's in the hole. And South Portland, very uncharacteristic. Don't get off the last shot as they fail to play the smart, experienced basketball that we're so used to seeing. We played 3 quarters in Saco. South Portland 73, Thornton Academy 61. Purvis buries another one from downtown to get Thornton back within 12. The only problem with this type of game, can't trade baskets now with the Red Riots. Somehow you got to dig in defensively and slow these guys down. Question is, how? Every single player has their role for South Portland. They know what it is, and they're all outstanding one-on-one basketball players. Livingston, transfer from Portland, they said, as if they needed him. Coyne for Livingston, Summer working on him. They call the bump on Ryan Summer. Thornton has had some nice answers. Nice play by McCrum. But Coyne gets back to tip it away. But Jared McCrum up high to tip it away and almost had the nice steal. As I said, Thornton has had the answer offensively, but defensively, just not a whole lot of ways they've found to stop these guys. That one long, and it's tipped out and goes back to South Portland. Purvis, though, picks it up. Doesn't have the numbers, pulls inside, gets fouled, they don't call it. Purvis looking for help, but whistle didn't come. See, and this is the problem. You work so hard on defense, you come up with a turnover, and then you don't get the shot back. They double up on Toms, kick back for Coyne. Guess what? He's 2 for 2 out there. Kid doesn't shoot much, but when he does, he makes it count. 76-61. Coyne all over Purvis, almost has a steal. Vance checks in for Summer. Blank with Livingston on him. A nice pass in there for Vance. Count it, and the foul. Vance will try to complete the three-point play. And he does. 76-64. Trojans back within 12. Still a lot of time. Thornton now has to really pick it up on the defense. Long pass for Coyne. Purvis on him. Coyne, the nice pass inside for Inverso. Back for Coyne. Coyne won't take it unless you give it to him. Rich with a walk, doesn't get called. So Portland tips it around. They still get their board back and get all the bounces on that time. Xanthopoulos in for LeBlanc, but he can't get it to go home. Fight for the rebound. Vance comes up with it. It's hit from behind, and they call a jump ball. The fans want a foul. Summer right back in. Purvis will sit down. Blank getting hit all the way through, and they don't call nothing. And here comes Livingston running the break. Another travel, no call, short. Livingston fights. Foul will be on Livingston pushing off. The referees give South Portland a lot. Crum trying to work, goes for Summer in the corner. They get Xanthopoulos, turns inside nicely. 78-66, 5 minutes to play in the game. Rich, he'll pull up. Short, rebounded by LeBlanc. Thornton needs to get a good shot now. LeBlanc going coast to coast. Does he have it happen? No. Long pass out for Rich. McCrum trying to get back. He does. Toms comes up with a loose ball, though. Forces it up inside and gets the foul call. Thornton again, every time they have a chance to cut into the lead, they get a little impatient on the offense. Timeout on the floor. 4:32 to play. South Portland 78, Thornton 66. You're watching Thornton Academy High School basketball on CTV 30. Thornton Academy trailing by 12. Still a lot of time left in this one. That could be the good news and the bad news. Toms will shoot 2 from the line. They have 78. Red Riots are well within reach of the century mark. Thornton certainly has proved they can play with the elite of the league and deserve a position in the playoffs. Played Lewiston, who's ranked 3 and 4 right around there, very tough, and finally bowing out of that one. That was right to the wire till the last moments. Knocked off number 2 Sanford. Played with South Portland for half the game and have held their own after falling behind by the 12-15 margin. Crum dribbling, loses control, and turns it back over. Toms gets the call as he crashes to the floor. Great crowd on hand for this one. And they were delighted in the first half, and now trying to find things to cheer about. Toms doesn't have a weak portion of his game. I mean, he makes it inside, he can do it outside, he can drive, and he's certainly very capable from the free throw line as he just keeps knocking him down. He was 4 for 4 in the first half, and he's at least that in the second. Long pass for LeBlanc. Hodge pushing off. No call as LeBlanc goes in. Pass in for Inverso. Puts it in. Hand in his face and all. Thornton now becoming frustrated out there on the floor. You can see it in their faces. And you can understand why. Good pass for Vance underneath. Todd Vance, 2 more. Long pass for Coyne. Rich for Coyne. So Portland, will they be content? No, they go right inside. Shot missed. Inverso the rebound and picked up by Purvis. It's a rare blown opportunity by the 2 big guys. Purvis misses the 3-pointer. And Red Riots with the rebound come right back. Coyne, a very smart point guard, pulls it out, slows it down. South Portland with a 15-point bulge. They can be very patient. We're down to 2:45. thinks about it, dribbles off, goes for Hodge. Toms drives, pulls up. Inverso buries it. Everything going the way of the Riots now. Trojans will have to be forced to try some stuff from downtown. This time they go into Xanthopoulos. He turns in, doesn't get it. And the rebound by Hodge. Xanthopoulos fights, knocks it out of bounds. It's obvious to beat the Red Riots, you got to play 4 quarters of basketball and near flawless. How Bonnie Eagle knocked these guys off, I wonder. Toms with Roberge now on him. In the corner for Livingston. So Portland now very patient. Thornton will have to either foul or do some serious overplay. Now the Red Riot partisan crowd will start to clap them on. We're down to 1:21 to play. Jason Walker checks in along with Bob LaPaulo. 2 seniors get some minutes late, and sitting down will be Matt LeBlanc and Steve Xanthopoulos. Played well tonight, but not quite enough. Inverso makes the first. He'll get the bonus. Rich and Tom sit down. Boy, they had thunderous games. Now Keith Cruddle will check in for Thornton. Jared McCrum will sit down. Both teams now emptying the bench. Coach Tobias didn't go to his until after Thornton went to theirs. Foul called on Kevin Kimball, number 20. Thornton not yet in the bonus. They'll inbound underneath their own hoop. 87-68. Come in for Cruddo. Goes to the corner for Soroyce. He'll try a tray. Long, Walker with the rebound. Goes up, and he's fouled. Kimball picks up his second. So Jason Sky Walker, as the student body likes to call him. He'll get 2. First one up, no good. Sophomore Sean Stetson will check in, and Ryan Roberge sits down. Walker gets the second. 87-69, a minute to play. Travel, got away with it. Let's just see how deep this Red Riot team is. That shows you a little something. Patrick O'Malley nails the 12-footer. And it's 89-69. Soroyce from downtown. Long. Walker up, goes over his head. And it's gathered by Brian Harvey. Harvey, the sophomore quarterback for the state champion Red Riots. Had an outstanding year, taking over 3 or 4 games into the season and guiding the Red Riots to an undefeated state championship. Cruddo will take it. Buries it. Down to 10 seconds. 89-72. Harvey wants the last shot. Doesn't get the roll. Walker the rebound. They got to kick it, and that'll do it. Thorne Academy bows to the #1 Red Riots, 89-72. A well-played game. Thorne Academy has nothing to be ashamed of in this one. They fought hard, played a good basketball game, but it takes a lot to beat these Red Riots. And they continue towards a second straight state championship. Certainly what they're looking for, to repeat. And Thorne Academy falls to 6-6. Still a lot of heel points and a lot of basketball to be played for Thornton. And we hope to see a repeat of second year in a row heading to the Western Class A playoffs. And they're certainly still on track for that. They have some big games coming up and a lot more exciting high school basketball and hockey to be seen on CTV 30, as we'll try to cover more in the final weeks of the season. And hopefully we get to girls games. It's just been a hectic winter season for all of us at CTV 30. And we promise at least one, hopefully 2 girls games before it's all over for all you fans out there who are wondering. Just everyone's been awful busy. We'll take a break and come back and give you the final stats on the night and our final thoughts. We're back after this.
Wouldn't it be great to spend a nice quiet evening at home with
Robert Parrish and the Boston Celtics? Tap into all the excitement on Sports Channel. Don't miss this great season of sizzling Celtics action on Sports Channel. Make the call today.
because there's nothing like a nice quiet evening at home.
It's new and continental. When I go to work, I smile. It feels great to be a part of a winning team.
Exciting. There's more areas out there. We cover new streets to learn, new problems to learn.
I've never worked with nicer people or for a company that tried to do so much for you.
Most of the customers are very receptive and willing to work with you.
You know, we're on call 24 hours a day. Anytime there's an outage or something, we're out there to respond.
We all strive for the common goal, and that's customer satisfaction.
Our quality shows.
Welcome back to Linnell Gymnasium in Saco. I'm Jay Harper along with you. Our final score, South Portland 89, Thorne Academy 72, excuse me. It was a 6-point game at halftime, but South Portland just keeps coming at you, and the big guys pounding inside, and a little too much for Thorne Academy. Thornton has shown they can play with the elite of Class A, but they'll have to get it done a little bit better if they want to go all the way and have a potential chance at knocking off South Portland somewhere down the road. The Trojans fall to 6-6. South Portland improves to 12-1, and the Red Riots looking to repeat in the state in basketball. And of course, tonight we're led by their big guy inside, Darren Inverso, who had a superb second half, 16 points in that second half. He finished with 26. Right behind him, Bert Rich, the outstanding football player. He can do it on the court as well. He finishes up with 22 for the Red Riots, and also Steve Toms. He had the big first half and came out with another solid second half. He finishes with 19. Jerry Livingston had 11. John Coyne, their point guard, had 6, 2 threes. I mean, the kid didn't shoot much, but when he did, he buried it. Patrick O'Malley chipping in with 2, and that was the 89 points for South Portland. For Thorne Academy on the night tonight, they were led by Steve Xanthopoulos. He had 16. Todd Vance had 15, a strong game inside. Matt LeBlanc had a great first half, but only came up with 2 in the second half, and he had 15 points. Purvis chipping in with 13. Good balanced scoring for Thorne Academy tonight, but again, they're playing the #1 Red Riots. Jared McCrum had 9 for the Trojans. Keith Cruddo had 3. And Jason Walker had a point for Thorne Academy, 72. So the Trojans still with a lot of basketball to be played, 6 games in the regular season before they look to hopefully head into the Western A playoffs. And of course, that big upset over Sanford Friday night will do well for them in the heel point standings. Our final score, South Portland 89, Thorne Academy 72. For my cameraman, Mark Kintra, I'm Jay Harper saying so long. We'll see you again real soon.